Ugh. We three cannot believe that Ramadan has finally begun. Like bruh, aren't we supposed to skip it to the Sayafal month without a Ramadan month in the Islamic calendar because of one of my friends, Bert Edwards, got grounded on Ramadan last year just because of he begging Carla Hitman to join back to the Troublemakers, along with his new partners, Laura James.
Yeah, let's not to forget that Mrs. Astor and Indira Chandra also got grounded on Ramadan last year, just because she's donating Ikhwan to eat the food before the Maghrib Adhan comes as well.
I know, right? But I think that Ikhwan was now reading the Al-Quran book in this Islamic month as well. According to himself, he said, if Ikhwan reading the Al-Quran book on this Islamic holiday, he can go to the Jannah, or what should we all say, the heaven of Islam in English. And hey, girls, I think we have an idea to prevent Ikhwan from going to the heaven of Islamic people now. We will interrupt Ikhwan reading the Al-Quran book, and stop him reading the Al-Quran book. That would make Ikhwan got prevented from reaching the heaven of the Islamic people.
Sounds like a good plan, Mrs. Angelica Johnson. Let's preventing Ikhwan from reaching the heaven of the Islamic people, by preventing him from reading the Al-Quran book. By the way, we must do this quickly, because it is now at 4:30 p.m., which is less than a half hour left until the Maghrib Adhan comes, which is the Ramadan breakfasting starts.
Qul ya ahal kitabi la taghlu fi dinikum ghairal haqq wa la tattabi'u ahwa qaumin qad dalu inal lazina kafaru min bani Israila ala lisani Dawuda wa Isabni Maryam wa Isabni Maryam zalika bima asawa kanu ya'tadun kanu la yatanahawna amunkarim fa'alu labisa ma kanu yaf'alun tara kosira minhu yattawalawna lazina kafaru labisa ma qaddamat lahum anfusuhum an sakita lahu alaihim wa fil asabihum kholidun walau kanu yu'minuna billahi wan nabiyyi wa ma unzila.
Stop right there, you idiot. Stop reading the Al-Quran book now.
Or else, we three will beat both of you.
Not you three, Peach Johnson, Rosalina Anselmo, and Daisy Liz again. Also, can you three see that me and Hannah Smith reading the Al-Quran book for Ramadan month?
Yeah. Don't interrupt us while we're reading the Al-Quran book, and get the hell out of the mosque, right now.
Nope, we don't want us to get out of the mosque, because it is now at 4:32 p.m. This means the mosque's patrol person will come in 28 minutes left, which is at 5 p.m.
And guess what, we three are going with both of you before the patrol of the mosque coming here for the Ramadan breakfasting time at the Maghrib time at 6 p.m. Time for us three to beat both of you in 28 minutes before the patrol of the mosque comes here for the Ramadan breakfasting preparations.
Oh no, you fucking don't, you three. You three not supposed to beat up people at the mosque. That's against a law. If you're beating up someone and you three gonna out of the mosque immediately if you three beat someone at the mosque.
Defiantly, I have to agree with Ikhwan. You three are not supposed to beat up both of us or other people at the mosque. That's against the mosque rule. For that, I'm calling your parents on three of you. Go home right now while I'm inform this to all your parents, for disturbing us while we're reading the Al-Quran book, and trying to beat up both of us at the mosque. Okay, you won now, Hannah. We three defiantly out of this mosque here.
Peach, I cannot believe you're interrupted Gwen and Hannah while they're reading the Al-Quran book in the mosque and trying to beat them up just because of their reading the Al-Quran book in the mosque along with Rasulina, Anselmo and Daisy lists. You know that beat up a person in the mosque can get you out from the mosque automatically by the mosque guards. For that, you're grounded until the Tarawih prayer, which is tonight after the Isha prayer is over. Go to your room right now and think about what you did.
Rosalina. I can't believe you interrupt IKHWN and Hannah Smith while they're reading the Al-Quran book, and trying to beat both of them just because of their reading the Al-Quran book along with Peach Angelica Johnson and Daisy lists. You know that if you've beaten up the person in the mosque, the guardian of the mosque will kick you out of the mosque immediately with no second chance. For that, you're grounded until the Tarawih prayer, which is after the Isha prayer is over. Go to your room right now, young lady.
Daisy, I can't believe that you interrupt Iquan and Hannah Smith while they are reading the Al-Quran book at the mosque, and trying to beat them up just because of their reading the Al-Quran book. Along with Rosalina and Selmo and Peach Angelica Johnson, you know that if you've beaten up a person in the mosque, the guardian of the mosque will kick you out of the mosque immediately with no second chances. For that, you're grounded until the Tarawih prayer, which is after the Isha prayer is over. Go to your room right now, young lady.
Before I ended up this Islamic special episode, we would like to wishing you all who's Islam in real life just like me.
Marhaban ya Ramadan. Happy first day of Ramadan 2024 to all who's in real life and who's celebrated.
We respect you guys who's Islam in real life, even though not all of us are Islam in real life, except for Venezuela.
Except for Iquan and Syra.
Anyways, see ya later in the next episode of My Ramadan and Eid Al-Fitr Ghanimate series season 4. Bye bye.